Hi, this is Darren Power, the publisher of On Course Profits magazine, and in this video we're going to talk about all-weather winter warmers, trainers to follow in December to February on the all-weather by Dr. Nick Hardman. So we continue with our seasonal take on things by looking at the all-weather racing during the cold winter months of December, January and February. With the flat runners all put to bed and the jump season in full flow, one could be forgiven for having nothing more than a passing interest in the all-weather racing over the Xmas and New Year months. However, it can often pay to keep an eye on what is happening on the artificial surfaces of UK's all-weather racecourses during these months. Some trainers do not have an all-weather string of horses to speak of, and others simply take the winter off in preparation for the next flat season starting in April. But it can often pay to focus on those trainers that really go for it on the all-weather during these winter months, and on many occasions there is value to be had at the prices for those runners whose stables may not be among the more high-profile ones that everyone knows about. Personally, I do not mind a flutter on the all-weather during the winter months, since at the end of the day a value bet is a value bet. In this month's article, I have looked at trainer performance on the all-weather tracks in the UK to see if I can unearth any profitable angles to put in my systems portfolio to keep the betting bank ticking along in the background in between the high-class, high-profile jumps meetings. I am using 9 years worth of data and will be paying particular attention to any under-the-radar trainers whose runners pop up at a big price on the all-weather over the months of December, January and February. I will also be crunching the number to see what type of horse and what type of race the trainers excel with. I'm going to sort through the results by track so we can see who does well where. Without further ado, let's look at our top all-weather winter trainers. At Chelmsford, we're looking at David Simcock. This trainer has a cracking record at Chelmsford during the winter months, and it is not difficult to see where the winners come from. First of all, you want to be concentrating on the lower class racing, namely classes 4, 5 and 6, and we also want to concentrate on those races over the minimum trip of 5 furlongs up to and including 1 mile and 2 furlongs. When we apply these simple filters, we are left looking at the following set of results since 2015, when the track first opened its gates. You will get around 10 runners during the months of December, January and February, and he has had 3, 3, 4 and 3 winners each year, all combining for a nice profit. Definitely one for the notebook. So the system is to follow David Simcock runners at Chelmsford City during the months of December, January and February in classes 4, 5 and 6 when running over 5 furlongs to 1 mile, 2 furlongs. Second up is Stuart Williams, always a force on the all-weather tracks. Stuart Williams has a decent overall record at Chelmsford City. Again, we can apply some simple filters and narrow down the race conditions that realise the most winners and most profit at Fred Dunn's track. This time, race class is not a factor, with winners in Class 2 races all the way down to Class 6. So next we need to add in a race distance, and we're looking at races over 6 furlongs through to 1 mile. No surprise here, as we know how he does well with sprinters and those racing over trips of around a mile. Next, we need to look at field size, and we're looking at races with between 6 and 10 runners. These two simple filters have produced the following results. This year was not his best, but he still managed 2 winners from 7 runners at the track under those conditions, and we still have December to come, so I want to keep him on side. So the system is to follow Stuart Williams runners at Chelmsford City during the months of December, January and February when running over distances between 6 furlongs and a mile where there are 6 to 10 runners. This presentation has shared just 2 of our winter all-weather angles. You can get access to the full portfolio with all the course trainer angles for free when you subscribe to On Course Profits magazine at www.oncourseprofits.com/free.